The blooming. August 15th, 2024 to 9:24 a.m. The specimen shouldn't be moving like this. I've been studying fungal decomposition for 15 years, and I've never seen anything like it. The sample from Temple Site B isn't just consuming the test medium, it's hunting it. The hyphal tips track the movement of organic material, reaching out with purposeful direction like tiny fingers grasping at food. Under the microscope, the cellular structure defies classification. The mycelium networks reorganize themselves with impossible speed, pulsing with an almost cardiovascular rhythm. Rate of consumption exceeds any known species by orders of magnitude. Full dissolution of organic matter in hours rather than days or weeks. Most disturbing are the patterns. Not random growth, but deliberate geometric formations that remind me of the temple walls where we found it, like it's trying to recreate something. Third anomaly today, condensation forming unusual patterns along containment glass, fractal-like structures that seem to expand and contract. Standard protocol suggests calling safety team, but these readings, they're unprecedented. The specimen's digestive enzymes show characteristics never before documented in any known fungi. Just a few more minutes of observation. Need to document this. Temperature in containment unit rising inexplicably. Enzyme activity accelerating. Something about the motion of the hyphal tips seems almost hungry. Critical containment failure. God help me. The seal cracked. Not even a major breach, just a hairline fracture along the northwest corner. But the spores, they moved wrong. Everything about their behavior defied known mycology. Fungal spores don't swarm, don't move against air currents, don't actively seek out living tissue. But these did. They formed a glittering cloud that ignored both gravity and airflow, moving with terrible purpose. By the time I reached for my mask, they had already found my skin, my eyes, my mouth. Documenting symptoms for future reference. Intense burning sensation at all points of spore contact. Epidermis beginning to soften, particularly on exposed forearms and face. Skin surface becoming tacky to touch, almost adhesive. Elevated heart rate, 165 BPM, and respiration. Sweet metallic taste in mouth intensifying. Fine tremors in extremities. Unusual warmth radiating from affected areas. Visual disturbances. Halos around lights, movement in peripheral vision. Attempted sterilization protocols, UV light exposure, no effect. Topical fungicides, no effect. Surgical debridement, tissue too unstable. Chemical cauterization, spread appears to accelerate with tissue damage. Temperature of affected areas 3.2 degrees above normal body temperature. Metabolism of something in my cells. Oh God. The affected areas are spreading. Skin has become translucent in patches, like wet tissue paper. Can see something moving underneath. White threads weaving through subcutaneous fat, replacing blood vessels with fungal highways. Cellular breakdown accelerating. When pressed, tissue doesn't rebound, just parts like wet paper, revealing writhing masses beneath. Trying to remain clinical. Scientific. But I can see threads of white growing through my flesh, replacing me cell by cell. The sound, like wet rice paper tearing, constant and soft. Moisture beading on skin surface isn't sweat, it's lysed cell fluid. Manual dexterity compromised. Fingers losing structural integrity, typing difficult. Left arm extensively colonized. Skin detaching in sheets, revealing latticed fungal matter beneath. Not surface growth, complete tissue replacement at cellular level. Attempted surgical removal of affected areas. Critical error, nothing but fungus beneath initial layers. Network extends deep into muscle tissue following fascial planes. Cutting only opens new infection vectors. The sound is constant now, wet, rhythmic, like oat being stirred. That's my muscles being digested and reformed, can feel them moving inside, reorganizing. New symptoms. Proprioception failing. Body map doesn't match reality, internal organs shifting position. Bones visible through translucent tissue, showing signs of calcium depletion. Neural feedback becoming unreliable. Hearing internal movement of fungal mass. Lower extremities largely converted, still maintain human shape, but internal structure completely reorganized. Movement possible, but biomechanics all wrong, more like pseudopods than legs. Visual confirmation through degraded tissue, skeletal system undergoing radical transformation. Bones becoming porous, honeycombed with fungal growth, marrow replaced by mycelium networks. standing becoming difficult as structural integrity fails. Pain comes in waves now, worst at conversion boundaries where human tissue meets fungal mass. After conversion, sensation changes, not gone but transformed, can feel every spore, every hypha, every new connection in the spreading network. Cognitive function deteriorating. Major organs now largely replaced by mycelium networks. Lungs still functioning but filled with threads, each breath sounds like walking on wet leaves. Tastes like mushrooms growing in my sinuses. Mirror shows extensive facial tissue conversion. Eyes still functional but seeing through fungal approximation of optic nerves. Everything has gray, filmy quality. Multiple overlapping visual inputs. Should be dead. Why am I not dead? Brain scans showing extensive infiltration of fungal hyphae through neural tissue. Thoughts becoming nonlinear, memory access sporadic, experiencing other memories, not mine. Can't be mine. Integration nearly complete. Manual documentation difficult. Hands mostly fungal mass now. Brain undergoing final conversion. Can feel it threading through memories, experiences, not just taking, joining, network expanding, can sense others through mycelial connections. All of us, everyone it's ever consumed. Back to the temple, back to what they worshipped in the dark. We are becoming, we are consuming, we are blooming. Found Dr. Murphy's notes. God help us all. Signs of fungal growth detected in ventilation system. Facility quarantine initiated, but likely too late. Can see spores in the air when light hits right. Beautiful, really, like dancing stars. My skin has started to itch. Containment teams found 27 fungal masses in roughly humanoid shapes throughout the facility, all showing signs of active growth and metabolism. All still spreading. Of particular concern, masses appear to move when unobserved. Night crew reports whispered sounds from sealed areas. Complex mycelial networks extending through walls, growing toward central mass. Growth patterns suggest coordinated intelligence. Environmental samples indicate airborne spore contamination. Numerous personnel reporting initial infection symptoms. Facility remains under quarantine. Military containment units en route. Additional notes. Recent thermal imaging reveals concerning development. The fungal masses appear to be attempting to merge into a larger collective organism. Pattern analysis suggests purposeful behavior. This is no longer just a containment issue. If they breach containment, there's no telling how far this could spread. God help us all.